and welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Okay, now guys, let's take care of these frames here. So here I'm going to add a label on a text widget. Here I will add buttons. So let's exit out and come right here. So these are the lines of code that takes care of the tree view. Okay, so let's come down here. Now I'm going to come right here. Let's create a label. I'm going to call that self dot call label. So that will be where I'm going to enter the date equals label, and this label is going to be inside top name. Okay, comma. Text on this label is going to be nothing, comma. Then let's say background. I'm going to make that colored blue. There we go. What about the fonts? Let's grab a font there somewhere. Copy and bring that down here. Comma. Paste that in there. Okay, 12 will do. So let's run that up. Now, I'm going to copy these. Paste it right here, and I am going to get row, grab all of these and paste it right here. And this row, I'm just going to make that 0 by 0, row 0, column 0, and let's get rid of all of these. Okay. Now that is done, what else do we need? Let's take care of the text widget as well. Okay, if I run this, you won't be able to see this because there's nothing there except if I enter whatever. So let's run it so that you guys see it. Let's see, it's coming up. There we go, look at it. So exit out. So I'm gonna get rid of the whatever in there, and let's come in here to take care of, yeah, let's copy all of this right underneath here. I'm going to call that self dot txt details, txt detail or details equals text, and the text is going to be inside top name. Let's get rid of all of this. The width, come on, I'm going to make the width about 16. No, but that might be too short. Let's make it about 36. And the height equals 20. Expanding true. For the y-axis, I'm going to make that about 2 as well. Right. Now let's grab all of these here. Paste it right underneath here and grab this and use that just to round it all up. So this is 0, this will be 1. Right. So if I run it now, let's see how that's gonna look like. There should be a text widget there. There we go, that's my text widget. That was gonna act more or less like a receipt, so end that. Now the next thing is here, I'm gonna add some buttons here. This is self dot very first button. I'm going to call that btn cost. Yeah, equals button, and this button is going to be inside top button. Padding, we're going to make that about 16. BD, we'll make that about 5. And what about font? I want to make that about 16. Let's grab this font anyway. There we go. Change this to 16. Then we also need height and width for them. Let's grab this height and width. We'll put that here. Right. Let's change this to about 9. And the height will make that, let's say 2. Okay. What else do we need? What about the text on it? And I'm going to come right down here. Text equals cost of item. Run that up. Okay, so let's just grab this. So that's going to be the very first, for the very first button. Paste that here. Alright, that's cool. So I can just copy this now. Just add 3 more buttons. Okay, I have my 3 buttons in there, so this is, make this 1 and make this one 1 0 1 1. Yeah. Okay, let's get it all indented properly. Okay. Right. So if I run it, let's see how it's going to look like. Yeah, let's run it first. Nice, that is good. Okay, let's change the data on each buttons. Exit out, exit out. This is going to be exit, and this is going to be btn exit. That's fine. What about this? Make this one reset. And the text content on it is reset. The name is reset. I mean, this is going to be maybe display. Right. And the name will be display. There we go. That takes care of my buttons. Run. Now we need to take care of some functions to get the whole thing working the way we expect it to work. Alright. Okay guys, let's take care of the functions. So I'm going to go right up here. Yeah. And let's take care of the exit first. And there we go. That's my function exit. So I want to grab this. Let's come straight to the button. Exit button right here. Yeah. Now I'm going to say command equals I exit. There we go. Right, that is the command that will actually activate this function. So let's run it and see. Run. Let's see how that works. Right, exit? Yes, I do want to exit. Okay, exit is fine. Now I'm going to copy this and let's use that for the other functions, just to separate the other functions. Paste that there. Let's grab it on. Undo that. Select it again. Hold on to your control and tap back. Alright, that is fine. Now, I'm going to take care of the very first spin button or spin box. So, let's start by saying define enable underscore Apple. That's for the very first one. Enter parentheses there. Okay. Using an if statement, if variable 1 dot get equals 1, then I want as follows: self dot sp apple dot configure and state equals normal. Because if you guys look at the code, if the state is disabled, so the first if is 1, then it will be normal. Then I'm also going to say self dot my calculator here. No, not the calculator. That would be my calendar label dot configure. Okay, can use this, paste that in there, and the text equals as follows: whatever we have inside the calculator, inside a form. I repeat, whatever we have inside the calendar will be stored into the text box. Okay, so let's come in here and just say, there we go. There. Else. Else if this one is 0, if it's 0, we want the following: this will become normal, no, that will become disabled, right, and let's say disabled. There we go. And apple will become dot set, that will be 0. Then the apple cost, that will be empty. Apple cost dot set equals nothing. There. Alright. Okay, right underneath here, I'm going to create another method. So I'm going to call this method apple item. Once name to be consistent so that I know which item I'm talking of. Alright, Apple item. Let's say Apple item. I'm going to say global Q, and Q equals, let's say rand floats, and get whatever we have inside Apple there. Let's say declare another variable, local variable, we call that P. That will be for the price of the item. P equals, let's get that converted to string, and that is going to be pound. Where's pound sign? Yeah, pound. Yeah, dot 2 decimal place. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we now specify the price of this item is going to be Q multiplied by Q, supposed to be, that would be the whatever amount of string we have in there, spin box number we have in there. Now I'm going to say the cost, Apple cost dot set equals P. Right, that's it. So I now need to call this. Let's call this inside the object itself or inside the widget. So let's scroll down here. Now the very first call is going to be enable Apple. I'm going to grab enable Apple. Let's come right here, enter a comma, command equals enable Apple. That is my very first call. The second one, let's see, the second one is going to be inside the Spinbox. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, comma, that will be command equals Apple item. Okay, Apple item. Alright, so let's try this out. I want to try it out. Let's see. Run. Okay, there we go. Now decision time. There, enable, disable, enable, and let's enter some value in there. You see, as soon as I enable, the date pops up. There we go. Look at that. Right, that's fine. Alright, exit out. I'm going to speed that up. You see this one? That is meant to be for the Apple. If I grab this, so the next one that will be for the, okay, so for the next one that will be for the bread. Paste that there. Now here I'm going to say enable bread. Right, we have the bread in place, so anyway there's apple here, I'm going to replace it with the bread. So we have apple here. That goes as well. That's good. Okay. Yep, that's bread. And we also need to change this to variable 2, and this is 2 as well. Okay, I think that should do. Scroll right down, and here that will be, I'm going to grab all of this, paste it in here, then we change it around, and this is bread. There, that of the spin, that, grab that as well, paste that here, and this is also bread. Good. Alright, that should work, so let's run it. Hopefully there's no error. Let's see. Okay, there is an error. Bread item. The name bread item is not there. Alright, okay, yeah, the one underneath here. I is missing. There we go. Now run. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, that's working too. And the next one, working fine. Alright, but we need to change the price of this though. Okay, for the bread item, I'm going to come and reduce that to maybe about £11. £11, that's fine. So I'm going to, I guess you guys get the whole idea now, so I'm just going to speed this up and I'll get back to you guys. I have 4 more of those. 2 is taking care of 2 functions, including these, making 3 functions altogether. That's the apple one, bread one, and let's take care of the rest. Alright, all of the functions are now taken care of. Apple, bread, let's indent this one properly. We have cola, orange, milk, and finally cakes. There, they are all taken care of, and I've also called them within call using the command within each of the widget. There we go. Okay, it's coming down here. There we go, and that's all there is to it. Okay, let's run it and see how that's going to look like. There guys, and that's it. Alright, that's good. Okay, I'm going to close that. Alright, it's all working fine now, so let's just run it one more time. It's coming up. There we go. And what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys shortly. Bye for now.